What is up, YouTubers and G.I. Joe fans? Welcome to the channel, and if you are a subscriber, welcome back. And if you're a subscriber, you know what I'm doing. I'm doing a versus battle here. We have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Crimson Guard in the window box, and we have the G.I. Joe Classified Crimson Guard Walmart exclusive on the vintage card back. I'll be putting these two guys head to head in this video today. So I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. On my right, I have the boxed release. Is numbered at 50, the standard G.I. Joe Classified packaging. But this is the back of the box that has all the characters before they even came out to let us know what was coming in the line. On the side of the box is some images, some artwork of the Crimson Guard, some money fluttering in the air and landing right there. And this is the front and back. As you can see, the full figure within the packaging, all his accessories. I think like the clip has fallen out right here. Yep, there it is, rattling around. And this thing, the funny thing is, this guy right here, right now, is popping up at Ollie's bargain outlets across the country. But for $4.99, I wound up paying $24 for this figure. And what's crazy is, I never saw this thing in the store. I am a serious toy collector. I am a very serious toy hunter. I stop in at least 4 different Targets 3 times a week, every week. And on top of that, Wal-Mart, Meijer, and other GameStop, and I never saw this guy in the store, period. Right after I got this guy on Amazon for 24 bucks, people started spotting him at Ollie's for $4.99. I'm like, wouldn't you know it? But I would still pick up more at the $4.99. I check like once every other week. Ollie's is kind of a ways from me, so I don't just drop in every other day to check it out. I go that way when I can. So still looking for more of these guys. And adjusting the camera so I can get it all in. Now we're going to take a look at the vintage card back version. And he's packaged in the blister card right here. You can see the figure and all his accessories within. You can see the display stand right here. Then it has the original vintage artwork right here. I'm not sure if this is one of the cells from the original art or it's just some type of recreation, but to the best of my memory, it looks so vintage. We got Cobra the Enemy up there, Crimson Guard, the classic G.I. Joe logo going across there. Even dropped the old school Hasbro logo right there. So, I mean, this is going to win in package presentation. Spinning them around, we have a file cart on the back. Let's see if we get closer to that. It's multilingual, but we're going to go for the English up top because I'm English speaking. I'm assuming most of you are, which may be a mistake. But get a little bit of light off of that, and you can pause this and read this and get caught up on your Crimson Guard. And down here are the other guys that are available in the wave. I picked up Zartan. I had a chance to get Snake Eyes, but I kind of passed on them because I had just bought 2 Snake Eyes that was like almost the same figure. And never seen Storm Shadow in the store. I saw him pop up available on the website a couple times. I believe the retro carded version is starting to clog the pegs near me because most people know you can find the original square box release for $4.99 at Ollie's right now. So people are either finding them or taking a chance or holding out hope that they'll find the original square box version for that $4.99, which in my opinion is a bad marketing or strategical move to allow this guy to come to Ollie's for $4.99 while selling a basic reissue of the guy for 25 bucks. It's kind of weird, but we're going to take a look at the differences. We obviously can see like the red is different, but we're going to just take a look and have some fun with these reviews today. And so we are going to get these guys open. I'm going to start with this guy, the old man of the group. And he came out like over a year ago. And again, I never saw him at retail. Slide him out. Trying to lose a little clip. Now let's get our Crimson Guard out of the package. No tie downs on this guy. I love the Crimson Guards as a kid. Had a couple of them. Here's this backpack. Here's this pistol. I believe this is an M16 with bayonet on it. 1 sword. Sword sheath. It's a little warped out of the pack. And a secondary sword. Next up is the Wal-Mart exclusive. Kind of trying to be clever and preserve his package. Let's slit it on opposite sides of the bottom and create a flap. Alright, now that I've created a flap, open that flap, slide this out like this, and got two different little clams back here. Now we have a red backpack, Cobra logo, a non-warped sword sheath, the main figure. Neither one of these guys are tied down. Sword. I'm trying not to mix these up. I see the black plastic is glossier over here. Same pistol. M16. This time the clip is attached. And lastly, included with the Wal-Mart vintage card version is a stand. It's a simple black stand with a nicely molded Cobra logo at the base of it, and it's pretty cool. Okay, the reason why I unboxed it the way I did, because I wanted to show anybody, if you want to preserve your vintage card packaging and open the figure, you can put the figure right back in the tray, reload the tray, and you still have, it still displays, and it won't fall out because of the way, if you cut it carefully, it won't fall out with a figure in it. So that concludes the unboxing portion of the video. Anyway, let's get down to the comparisons. Bring these guys closer. I want to take a closer look at the sculpt of the figure. I'm going to use the Wal-Mart vintage cardback version just to take a look at some of the nice molded details into the figure. The mask is molded very well. The vents in the front and on the sides. He has like the little slit visor. He has like a crest on his helmet right here. Don't know what that is. Might be some type of rank or something right there. It's on the helmet. And speaking of rank, he has like these tassels. I think that's what that is, or it just signifies that he's an elite trooper. These things on his shoulder, they look good. Not sure what they're called. And he has like some type of medal or crest right here on his chest outside of the Cobra logo. Over here on his shoulder, we get a Cobra insignia inside of a triangle. It seems to be a theme throughout his outfit, like right here and right here, little triangles. Little V on his belt right there. Then he has, I believe these are rank bars right here on his sleeve, and on the inner sleeve right here we have some molded in buttons. They're not painted, but they are there molded in, and the chest has like some fabric detail to it. Looks good. Not to mention this huge silver awesome Cobra logo. The snaps around the breast of his military jacket. Looks like he's wearing some type of knee pad on top of his uniform. Coming to his boots, he has a pouch over here, buckle right there. Both of the boots are equal opposite, identical. And yeah, that, and oh, he has some striping down the sides of his pants to match, I guess, the stripings on his arm. All right, now I want to do articulation. I'm going to take the standard release, just because I had the other one a second ago. Try to look up, and this is all we can get up and down. 360 on the head, and it's on a ball joint, so it will rock from side to side. Get a little bit of expression. Like, what did you say? Coming to his shoulders, we can get his shoulders out this far. 360 at the shoulder. He has a butterfly hinge right here, and it's mostly, it's not giving us anything across the chest, but it's for reaching out sideways for whatever that's worth. Not much. He has a bicep swivel right here. Double jointed elbow. If I can activate it on my first try, this thing is fresh out of the box. Alright, there we go with the double jointed elbow. This is how much we can get out of it. Coming down to his wrist. Get a 360. It is hinged. It's an up and down hinge right there. And he even has molded in detail into his gloves. I guess they're supposed to be like leather. But yeah, you can see the detail. Man, pretty cool figures. Some people say this line is overrated. Man, you just haven't had them in your hand, have you? Ab crunch right here. We can bend them over this far to the front and to the back this far, which is a lot. Waist wheel 360. I'm not going to 360 to stretch it out, but it's waist wheel 360, no problem. It's not loose or floppy at all. Coming down to his legs, all these figures had to drop down hips. We're going to get them to drop down. Do the splits to the front, to the back. Thigh swivel, full activation. Knee joint, double hinge right here. He actually has a boot cut. I was not expecting that because of the cut of the boot on the side over here. We can bring his foot back this far and forward that far, and it will rock side to side. Accessories, let's get our boys armed up. Service pistols. Let's check them out, and the plastic looks to be identical. Nothing different here. Looks like some type of Glock. Get one in his hand. Fits perfectly comfortable in his hands. Standard G.I. Joe trigger finger hands on this guy. Now to get it in the holster, I believe this is the correct holster. Bam, use the other figure for this demonstration right into the holster. And the holster has. Next up, we have the knife. It's a black plastic with the blade painted silver. And over here, we have our first real difference. The plastic is different. This is like a flat plastic. This isn't paint. It's just like a glossier plastic. And we're going to give him a chance to hold the weapon. Of course, nice, tight G.I. Joe classified fit. And yeah, he can. Because next up, I'm going to bring out the M16s. Bam and bam. And these appear to be the same. Pretty much. If you dropped them, got it confused, it really wouldn't matter because these are the same. And we're missing the clip. And obviously, the clip comes in and out of these. Alright. And saying, well, what would have been cool is if this could store on here and we wouldn't need two. And this could slide on and off. I mean, we get more accessories, but it's kind of a waste, you know what I'm saying? They could have had this slide on and slide off, snap on to here. Just like these two guys have no problem holding the gun with two hands. I haven't really tried to pose them out, just wanted to get them in the hand and demonstrate this. Next up are the backpacks. And I remember from my childhood, the backpack being red and not black. And I think when this was first done, people were like, why did they do it? And I really remember it not being this bright. So the vintage figure was more of this burgundy, if my memory serves. We got some buckles molded in. Here's just a big block of plastic. I think it's solid. Feels heavy. Cobra logo on the back. Again, one red, one black. The Wal-Mart release will probably work with the black one as well, but not so much the red over here. This plugged in so they're back. And obviously it didn't make them back heavy. I didn't have to readjust the legs to put the figure down. Either you can take your gun and store it on the backpack right here. Through the trigger hole. So he can carry that accessory as well. Next up are our swords. And again, we have a slight plastic difference down here. This is a shinier plastic. The blades are both painted in a silver paint. And the swords are identical. No warping here. They both look clean. So we're going to go and get some left hand action out of this one. And here we go. And Hasbro didn't leave us hanging. We have a sheath for the sword. And we can put it right in here. And it's just a black piece of plastic. And that's about it. And it also stores on our figure right here in this hole. There's a port and a peg. And bam. Now he's carrying all of his accessories. Alright, we come to the part where we give the boys the size up and the rundown. Here are a couple of Master Universe Classics Palace Guards. Two Seekers from Transformers Siege. Marvel Legends Dora Milaje, McFarlane DC Multiverse Green Lanterns, and lastly here are two not so elite Star Wars The Black Series Stormtroopers. And for a final comparison, I want to put the Crimson Guard up against some vintage artwork. Okay, my G.I. Joe family, I want to give these two figures my final thoughts. And my final thoughts includes both figures simultaneously because it's the same body mold. I really like this figure. If you don't have these Crimson Guards yet, I think you should go after them. And if you got them, how many do you have? Because I'm up to about 4 or 5 now. And normally I'm not quick to army build because I like to move on to other guys, but I definitely want to army build these guys. They were my favorites when I was little as far as Cobra Troopers, and I think they're my favorite now. So definitely recommend them if you don't have them. As far as the figure overall, it has a great paint job, great look, great articulation. The only place I think the articulation could have been better is in the shoulders. No real butterfly joints. They kind of butterfly out, but not in. You can't really reach across the body. And I've tried some poses with these guys, double hands on the rifle and just sort of aiming down the sights, and it's really hard to pull off. So other than that, I really like this figure. But I always got a wish list. I wish they came with interchangeable hands, of course. I would have chucked the stand for some interchangeable hands. That would have been cool. And this is a really, really deep cut wish right here. Probably wouldn't have happened. I wish we could have got an unhelmeted head. Fred 7 type head, or just a little generic blonde, blue-eyed guy that these guys are all supposed to be underneath the helmets. That would have been really cool. But that's just a wish list, but nothing wrong with this figure. Another excellent entry into the line. As far as our versus battle now, I got to declare a winner. So I want to do like a little point system. Starting with the standard classified package version. I like his burgundy better, so that's 1+. I really do. Now, there's nothing wrong with the brighter red. Actually, I like it. If I hadn't seen the burgundy, I would really love it, which I do. But I like the burgundy better. So they're both One's a 9, one's a 10 to me. Secondly, I like the paint apps better on the regular classics version. I like the gray around the shoulder. It helps it stand out. It makes it seem like they put a little bit more care into the figure. And on the vintage cardback version, it's just silver all over, like they just slapped it on there like we moving on. So that's 2 points for this figure. Now I have to jump over to the vintage cardback version. I like the fact that his outfit matches the backpack like the vintage toy did. So, you know, I'm an 80s Transformer fan. I'm all about vintage and 80s and throwbacks. So I like that more, the matching backpack. There's nothing wrong with the black backpack. I just like the matching backpack more. So that's a point right there. I like the silver mask. That's 2 points. So now we're even. I like the fact that they painted the gun holster. I really wish they had cast it in red plastic. But that's 3 points right there. And I got to give it to the stand. The stand, that's nothing major. We just get out 1.5 points. But it's cool that they included it at the same price point. I forgot about the beginning of the video where I promised to get this guy 1 point for package presentation. So that brings him up to 4.5. So with a total of 4.5 points, the vintage cardback version wins this battle. And there are no losers here. Both figures are cool. And if you found it for $4.99, you are the winner. Because I'm still checking Ollie's, still trying to find it. Matter of fact, I was at Ollie. I went to 2 different Ollie's that I'd never been to today, and I came up with nothing. Because everyone is army building. Cobra! That's all I got for everybody. Thanks for watching another episode of George Reviews. The reviews for every toy has a story. I'll catch you in the next video. All right, one last thing I almost totally forgot, but this is important. You can swap the heads on these guys. Obviously, it's the same ball peg, but when you swap the head, and I kind of missed this during the review, you get the vintage figure on the Wal-Mart release. Because the helmet, while not being an exact match, but it matches well enough. If you didn't know this wasn't the right helmet, you wouldn't know that it was off. And you get the black mask. So now you have the matching red backpack, the black mask, and the all silver on the chest, just like the vintage figure. So this one becomes the vintage figure, and this one is kind of like an oddball. It doesn't match as well. It's not too bad, but it doesn't match as well as this one does. This one's slightly off as well, but it blends in a whole lot better.